Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Jack Joe here today, coming at you with what I think is the most oppressive go second deck in the format. It's going second Dino Shaddoll. You guys know Dino. Anyways, before I go off with this deck, you guys are probably used to seeing me doing DDD deck profiles and stuff. So, new mat, by the way. So my brother won this as a door prize, thinking it was gonna be like a magician or a dark magician mat or something. Ended up being this mat. We didn't know how much it was. It's like 500 US, which is actually kind of nuts. So yeah, that's my brother's mat, but kind of cool. Thought I'd show it off a bit. Very nice mat. Very nice surprise when I went to pick it up. So shout out to my guy Chris Z and players for keeping it real.
Yeah.
So you guys are probably used to seeing me doing DDD deck profiles. This is maybe besides Fluffles. No, I think I like this deck better than Fluffles. This is like my second favorite deck, going second Shaddoll Dino, just because Shaddoll Fusion this deck's always just been a blowout, like going into like Winda and stuff like that, because most decks like have a problem against Winda, especially once you've already broken someone's board, and they're the whole thing with this deck is that when they're going first, you're going to go second, you're going to easily, like with ease, break a combo board, and you're going to leave them on low resources. I'll get more into it later, but think about it, they're going to have like one or two cards to beat you with when you have to go over a full board, or you're just going to OTK them. That's why it's kind of nuts. And this deck can go first because Archosaur is a card, and it just does regular Dino combo, and if you draw in a Shaddoll card, it's actually good, because then you can just resolve Shaddoll Fusion turn 1. So it's kind of nuts. This deck is insane. This is a 40 solid list. I'll get right into it. So I think I solidified this deck list the way I like it. So triple Oviraptor, very standard. Cards like this shouldn't. I'm not gonna describe these cards. Stupid card. Makes this deck super helmet. Basically just drops like miss, and then if they have nothing, it's like okay, I can play Yu-Gi-Oh. That kind of needs it because it will be fragile without miss, obviously. For the baby package, we're playing double baby, one petite. Before Archosaur was a thing, I was literally just playing one petite, maybe a baby Ceratosaurus, but that's all you need. But now you play Arco. You want the babies. Just makes the Arco combo like insane. That's our baby lineup. And for the one-ups, playing Rex, Pank, and Archosaur. Just recently got Archosaur. So I've been off this deck for a bit. But Archosaur, my buddy actually had one. It's really hard to find an Archosaur right now outside of like Canada. So Archosaur is just insane, man. Like makes this deck, it's worth the money for this deck. Like you can play this deck without it, but it's just such a good card, man. Like it makes miss just insane, and then if you open a baby, it's ridiculous, man. And then you can like link it off, and then just makes your pill live instantly. This card just absurd. Only one of it because we're playing the Shaddoll package, and honestly, one's fine. It's not like the deck super needs Archosaur. Like it's very obviously Archosaur is like probably the best card in the deck. But as long as you have one of it, you won't really see it, odds are, and then you can just bring it out from your deck. And you're only going to resolve this like once per game. Pankratops is just crazy going second. This card can break boards on its own going second, but it's nice when you can stop their play, or say they have a set playing against Trizu and they have their set trap after you've turned off their board with Rule or something. Mid-combo, you can just bring out the Pankratops with the Petite and then get rid of their Shurek, I guess. Revolt, you can get rid of Revolt using this, which is really good. This card's just like... Pankratops is like a god card, man. Like going second, even if you can get this first, is crazy. And Rex is very good. It just gives your deck grind game, and it's not even bad to have in your hand because Pill will banish it. That way you don't have to send it off Ovi. That way Ovi, if you really need, can like send another miscellaneous source for the follow-up. But Rex is just awesome, man. It just keeps this deck rolling. Gives you easy extender, access to rank 4s, BTC, cards nuts. So yeah, it's insane one-ofs. I guess there is one more one of, but for the dinos, so we're going boss monsters. So, new addition to since I've been playing Archosaur, I put this back in. 2 UTC. I've always played 3, but now that there's Archosaur, I won't want to play 3. I'll just play 2 and the 1 Quadless. So, not much needed to say about Tyranno. It's the best boss monster in the game, hands down. And then Quadless is nuts because now if you're playing Quadless, it makes your Shaddoll Fusion. Quadless makes Shaddoll Fusion a 1-card Tyranno or Pankratops and a Winda. It's just insane. It makes Shaddoll Fusion just nuts. And this card's really good if you just want it as an option for a spell and trap negate and to grab a pill as well. And this card, it actually does come up where you shuffle back your banish for grind game. This card's actually really good for the grind game. And it's not too bad of a brick. So yeah, I think this card's really worth playing as your third boss monster. In a 40 card deck, you actually don't really see it much, and like I said, this card just makes your pill just insane, right? So yeah, that's what we're running for our boss monsters. I guess Pankrotop's considered a boss monster, but yeah. And for the Shaddoll cards, Aerial and Dragon. So we're running Aerial and Dragon because Dragon is obviously insane. It just pops. It just gives you back row removal. It's nice to just have that as back removal when you activate Shaddoll Fusion. And Aerial will kill their follow up. So Aerial is really good in the sense you go like Ruler, and then when you activate your Shaddoll Fusion, they got to go on against like a Winder or whatever. You're gonna use Aerial to banish anything they have. Like, say you're playing a Dino mirror match, you banish like their Mist and all that stuff, and they're not gonna have much of a follow up unless they top deck like a Tyranno or something, right? So it's just this card's nuts. Like banishing cards from graveyard are just insane. So these two I think are the best for the format choice. Dragon and Aerial, not Beast like the old format, but now just Dragon and Aerial are just the two go-to cards for Shaddoll. You see them sometimes, but it's not really bad, especially if you're going first. You see the Shaddoll cards. Going first, you see the Shaddoll cards. Makes your Shaddoll Fusion or your Verte a viable option to go win the first turn. So it's really good. So yeah, they're not the worst to see in your hand. Pop them Tyranno too. And for the only hand trap we're playing Triple Phantasme. This deck, the only hand trap that really benefits this deck is Gamma, because you can go like Extravagance or whatever. Gamma makes it so you can almost always resolve your cards. But I'd actually rather play Phantasme, because Phantasme just gets my bricks, like my Shaddoll cards and whatever, back into my deck, or like my Quatless, whatever, right? Like my bricks, gets them back into my deck, and then I can see, like, usually you're going to see, like, 3 cards when you're playing against Tri-Brigade, or Dragon Link, you'll see 4 cards, right? If you play against a Dragon Link. Like, every combo deck Link summons, so you're at least helping to fix your hand with this card. Can also stop cards that target your cards, right? And this card's just, nuts. Like, Phantasme has been sorry, that was a stumble, but Phantasme has been for a while my favorite hand trap of the format, just because it really fixes your hand and then can turn off certain cards, right? And especially in a deck like this where you can see bricks, like you don't want Archosaur in your hand, just put your Archosaur back in the deck using that, right? So it's just an awesome card. Alright, so that's the only hand trap we're running. Onto the spells, except for the monsters obviously. Triple Dig, standard. I don't know if this card will get hit in the July format. Dinos they've been doing a lot, but not as much as other decks, so who knows. I think the format's fairly balanced right now. So we're playing triple Lost World. Lost World's just a crazy card in this deck. Just can even give your dead hands like plays. But if you just have this with like a live hand, oh my god, like it's hard to lose the game, man. I'm just telling you. So I'm gonna put these both down together. Shaddoll Fusion and Dark Ruler No More. So these two are like your win conditions in this deck. Against a combo deck, it's like you drop Ruler and then you have Shaddoll Fusion. It's actually just game. Or like Shaddoll Fusion can even summon cards. Like I'll show you Max deck after, but Shaddoll Fusion can either give you Recursion, summoning the fire one, or you can go for an Apolone, and then like Apolone just with the other 2 materials really turns off a board as well on its own. But if you're going like Dark Ruler and Shaddoll Fusion, and you have like your combo already, you're just going nuts. Like Shaddoll Fusion is like I said, is a 1 card. If you send Quatless and Dragon, you're sending or Aerial. You're gonna do your Shaddoll effect, and then you're going to get Quatless to grab you a pill. Then you have this card, like I said, is a 1 card Winda and UTC. Like it's just crazy. Like then Dark Ruler like turns off. You don't care when you're going second because you just go Ruler. And then Phantasme also gets you into cards like these. That's why I really like Phantasme in this deck. So yeah, these are the best spell cards in this deck, and that's the reason I just think this deck's just crazy going second, just because of those cards. This card, Extravagance. So I like this card and I don't. I'd really rather have Prosperity. Before Prosperity was a thing, I actually didn't even play like Extravagance, because a lot of the time the deck's pretty consistent. It usually sees the cards it needs, and then a lot of the time you'll banish the cards you need in your extra deck and draw cards you don't need anymore. That's why Prosperity is just good, because Dinos just want that 1 extra card because it's a 2-card combo deck, right? Or then if you already have your combo, you can grab the card you really need to really improvise to win the game, right? Extravagance is still good though. It's a +1. Like you draw 2 cards, and odds are you're not going to banish cards you really need. And Dinos can just do it on their own, right, without extra deck usually. So if you're drawing 2 cards, why not play it? Still a really good card, obviously. So we're doing 2 pill because we're playing Archosaur, and we're playing the quadless. So yeah, 2 pills great. Makes it so you have like, yeah, it's pill. And double cyclone. You can play this at 3 if you find room. I don't have room. I was playing at 3 before, but I decided to put quadless in. Quadless is like just a nuts card. You have cards like Dragon and Pangertops, so Cyclone's just, yeah, Cyclone's like just a really good card. Like I said, Tri-Brigade Zoo, you get rid of the Shurek, the trap card. And then one call by Saki, really good. Turns off stupid hand traps, and it's a good trap card if you're going first. So, it's 40 solid. We're going to go right into the extra deck. Link Karibo and Secure Gardna for Archosaur. So, not much said there. Verte, Link 2's Verte, Phoenix, Pentastag. Oh, so Verte, Phoenix, and Pentastag. So Phoenix is back row removal. Pentastag is for that OTK. You can do Dugars, or you can just straight up kill someone by flipping all their stuff face down. And then you have a Piercing Tyranno. And then Verte is insane because even if you don't open up Shaddoll Fusion, literally you can just go like, say you go Ruler, or you just straight up are just breaking their board, and that you leave an extra deck monster out, or they still have an extra deck monster. You summon a Verte, and then you go Verte pay 2k, and then you have like a window, right? Like it's just, Verte's just awesome, man. I hate ban. I wish I had 2, but like I don't think I'd have room for the second one, just because of Extravagance. Extravagance likes to banish that card a lot, so. And the last link, we're playing Appaloosa because we're playing 2 Dolka. If I banish 2 Dolka, which for some reason happens more than it should, at least I have Appaloosa to go into for monster negation. So yeah, Appaloosa's there for that. And for the Xyz, that's our rank 4 package, very standard. Dweller, Lagia, double Dolka, and because Dolka's the best one. And then Dugars. Dugars can either just draw you 2, revive, but you're always mainly going for the 7k Beatstick Tyranno, right? So it's pretty nuts there. And then lastly, the Shaddoll cards. So here's our lineup. So we're playing Grista, is to just get you a body on board, and then I can also, if you have a Shaddoll spell in your hand, you can also negate a summon. And Grista always will send the Misk. That way you have a Misk for recursion, or you can just, if you have no access to it, Misk will summon the baby. Then you go on from there. Won't come up as much as these other ones will, but Apcolone. Apcolone is if you don't have a really good board breaking card, you just go Shaddoll Fusion. Shaddoll Fusion puts Apcolone out, and you send your other 2. That way you're just going like Apcolone 1, 2, 3, and then like it just really helps to turn off boards. So yeah, that's why we're playing Apcolone. And then we're playing double Winda because we really want to use the Winda here. You don't want to banish all your Windas, but you're not reliant on Winda. But yeah, Winda is just so good because once you've broken their board, you have your own board established. You just have a Winda out. They need a Ruler to like out that. So yeah, they basically just need Dark Ruler at that point, right? So that's why Winda's just insane in this deck. So yeah, UTC and Tyranno's pretty good, especially if you back up with monster negates. So onto the side deck. Back row removal, the third Cyclone, Reboot, and Feather Duster. So that's all our back row removal there. It's all we really need to see. Triple Ash Blossom. Fun fact, I bought these cards when they were like, I lost my common Ash, and then I bought them. I needed to get a Ash. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on Ash. I was like, okay, I bought these for like, came to 8 Canadian tax, so it's like 24 Canadian after like all the shipping and stuff. Now these are like 30 something, I believe, a copy. Pretty crazy. I thought this would age well because they actually look really well. Really nice, so yeah, really well. So Mystic Mine. Mystic Mine's just a crazy card on the side. If you're going second against like Tri-Brigade, usually I like reference Tri. There's like a lot of cards that have to force out, but like if you're playing example like again Tri-Brigade or Dinos, they can't really do anything to this unless they have like a Cyclone set or something. So if you brick for whatever reason, or you just don't feel like the time's right, just drop a mine. Even back row decks that keep a monster out, just drop a mine. It's just going to make you draw into the cards you need to win the game, right? Then you can just turn it off, activating a Lost World, or using a Cyclone on it, whatever you want. Mine, I think, is insane right now, so might as well play it. And if we're going first, and we don't want to lose to Lancia for like games 2 and 3, we got the Sanctum package and the Summon Limit. So, don't need 3 Summon Limits. I think this is enough. 5. A good card actually to also play is Tornado Dragon, just in case you draw this. Tornado Dragon can pop it. I just don't have room for Tornado Dragon, and for the odds of this happening, it's not worth it, so I'm just not playing Tornado Dragon for the room. Sanctum is just an auto win nowadays, and Summon Limit is usually an auto win too, because they don't expect Summon Limit. You flip Summon Limit, and then you can, usually you want the third Cyclone in when you're going with these as well. Just so you can get rid of the summon limit if you really need. But like I said, Shaddoll Fusion, if you have a Shaddoll Fusion haste, use that. Get out your Winda, get out your Tyranno. That's 2 summons. Yeah, you summon limit's great in this deck because the cards like Tyranno, right? So yeah, that's a 15 card side deck, 15 card extra deck, and a 40 card main deck. I hope you guys like that deck profile. It's not a DDD deck profile as people like usually like look forward to seeing me do, but right now I'm just kind of taking a break from DDDs. Not really. I'm gonna have a good build coming up, but right now I just don't think this is a good format for the deck. I think we should wait for the ban list and see what happens because a lot of decks are just way too powerful right now for anything that we can do. So yeah, this is again probably my second favorite deck just because it's so crazy. Like we're just going like Ruler Shaddoll Fusion, like whatever, right? Those are they're awesome cards to just resolve. So like that's why I like playing this deck. And Tyranno's just a beast, very versatile deck, and doesn't really lose to anything other than like heavy back row, right? So yeah, I hope you guys like it. Give this deck a shot. It's probably better than my last one because it didn't have Archosaur. But yeah, found an Archosaur and got this deck to work. So this deck's crazy. Yeah, see you later.
See you.